Oh, no, 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 gravity. It's taking better man than me. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Welcome back, guys. As you can see, we have a finished Strat. And this is now branded with all my logos. Legacy. Very exciting. I'll reveal all the fun stuff later, but for now, I know you're probably excited to hear what it sounds like. This came from the StewMac kit, and if you watch the other videos, you know, I can tell you everything that's in this, but I'm sure that you really just want to hear it. So I'll play a little bit of one of my favorite Strat guitarists who is alive today. Twice as much, ain't twice as good. Woo! It's a little bit of John Mayer for you there. I am not nearly as good as him, but you can see the sound of this guitar is amazing. And by the way, all I'm doing here is running straight into the twin reverb with a little bit of reverb. Literally it. I'm not running any other compressors or anything else on this, so it's just that straight up tube loveliness with some reverb. To give you an idea of clean, I always like to hear how a guitar sounds when it's totally clean. I feel like you get a real idea for the tone and the sound of it. What I've been playing on is my favorite part of the Strat. Tends to be my favorite on most guitars. It's just a straight up neck pickup. So I'll give you a little bit of taste of the blend of these two here. So that's a pretty sweet tone. Also very usable in a lot of situations. I mean, that's one of the things people love about Strat. You get so many tones out of it, right? You know, 5-way switch. Straight up middle pickup, still absolutely gorgeous. Lovely. And then you get into, you know, whatever. I don't know if this is technically fourth position or second position, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But it's these two. It's your bridge and your middle pickup. And, you know, you get a little bit more of that bright, but it's still a little balanced with the middle. that. You know, you're still just a gorgeous, clean sound. I mean, listen to that. Sort of what you would want from a Strat. And then, of course, all the way to the bridge for all of your... Woo! That's some brightness. Good stuff. You know, this mahogany body has a nice warmth to it. Maple neck on this guy. But I am convinced that a majority of the sound that comes for an electric guitar has to do with your pickups, your nut, and your bridge or tremolo. Because the kind of sustain and the tone that you're going to have, you know, depending on if it's going to be soft or twangy, comes a lot from these two parts. And then all the tone of the electronics. I mean, you hear the vast difference. You know, these are round differently, but you hear the huge difference between your bridge pickup, where it's positioned, what it's, you know, what brand it is. I mean, that is spanky. Woo! You know, great for lead, and just throwing some distortion on that. The sound of that compared to just the bassy, tonal, smooth saturation. I think that's right, saturation of that neck pickup. Just, I love the neck so much. So, a lot of people will tell you how they feel about where the tone comes from. I think the wood has a lot to do, especially the neck, has a lot to do with the feel of the instrument. And how it feels does affect the tone because it affects how you play it. So apart from the technical parts of the guitar, you'll hear a lot of conversation about this online, but the player is probably the biggest difference in the tone of a guitar. Your technique, your style, your rhythm, you know, all of those things have a huge impact on the tone that comes out of an instrument. You know, I had a friend in college who was an amazing guitarist, and we always joked because he would pick up a beginner guitar, you know, the cheapest one you could find, I won't name names. He'd pick up a beginner guitar and make it sound like he was a rock star. In like a second. He would be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to switch this, this, and this, and this. And then he would just light it up. And he was a great player. So I only say that just to encourage you. A guitar should be rewarding. It should feel good, and this feels good. But you can make the biggest difference in your tone just by practicing, just by learning. By hearing different parts of different songs you think sound really cool, learn those parts. You know, you can keep working on your own style and your own tone. Granted, there are so many ways that you can spice it up. Talk about guitar effects, amps, oh my gosh. But you and your playing, I think, one of the biggest factors. So, nut, bridge, pickups, and your technique. To me, those are the biggest differences. A lot of other things, like I said, the wood, how well a guitar is finished, how well the frets are, you know, dressed, how well they're rounded on the edges. I took a lot of time to make sure these are nice and rounded on the edges, so it's nice and smooth. It doesn't grab into your hand at all or feel rough on it. That has an impact on how I play, so it does affect my tone, but it's not like acoustically just going to affect the tone. I think you know what I mean. So that is this guitar, just straight up clean, and this is my first Strat build, and wow, I love this guitar. It makes me want to actually do a similar style of build, just on a telly, because I've made a lot of tellies. So if I make one more guitar and go through a similar kind of relicking, aging process, I learned a couple other things that I think I'll probably try for that next series. But, man, I feel like I don't need another Strat because I love this. Pretty much what I'm left with here is a neck and a body that I came from the StewMac kit, and the strap buttons, those also came from the StewMac kit, and I can't remember the neck plate. So everything else on here, the hardware, the electronics, the rest of this stuff, I got all of this stuff I picked specifically, Goto bridge, Switchcraft jack. This is I got from StewMac, but it's a relict, just a worn, looks basically like they stonewashed that. And then these are the Goto tuners, and they're relict chrome, fantastic little tuners on there. You can see my Legacy logo. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, that is this guitar. So if you're thinking of making this kit guitar out of StewMac, I did some upgrades. The hardware that they included is all functional, and you could go through the process to kind of make that look worn if you really want to. But it's functional out of the box. I wanted to go for more of a relic look. If you like more of a modern look and you want to put nice, new, shiny looking hardware on there, by all means use what came with the kit. I did, as I said, upgrade the electronics. This is the Fender Tex-Mex 50s reissue, and I'm really happy with the tone and the vibe that comes out of this guy. Yeah, so thanks for following along with this kit build, and because you guys have been so awesome and supportive of this, I think I'm going to keep doing it. I've been building kits for a couple years now, and just guitars, just buying all the different parts and stuff and putting them together. But I've sort of slowed down. I just built a baritone, and I didn't film it, so sorry about that. But that's a cool guitar. Maybe I'll show it to you sometime. But otherwise, let me guys know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what kind of guitar, if you want to see me build something else, if there's a specific kit that you're interested in, a specific style of guitar, let me know. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of the finished Strat here, and I'll show you some footage, some close-up of this right here before I sign off. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps me out, really honestly encourages me to keep making these. So if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. So thank you.